Welcome to rush hour in Seoul. Among these massive crowds is Min. He's a Vietnamese immigrant working a 14-hour shift. Min spends those 14 hours inside the ultra-sterile clean rooms of South Korea's semiconductor industry. He, along with 2.6 million other foreign workers, serves as the silent engine keeping this tech-driven economy running. But if Min tries to unwind after that shift, he'll find himself blocked at the door of 90% of the clubs in Gangnam. Many landlords will openly refuse to rent him an apartment. The law is even stricter. Regardless of Min's fluency or his value to the company, the government mandates his deportation in exactly 4 years. South Korea faces a desperate thirst for labor, yet it maintains a legal system designed to ensure those exact laborers can never settle in the country. To see why workers like Min are indispensable, look at the maternity wards. South Korea's birth rate has reached 0.72 children per woman, the lowest recorded on Earth. This chart shows the projected plunge of the nation's population. Current data suggests the total population will halve by the year 2070. This collapse leaves immediate voids across the economy. The manufacturing sector is already short 57,000 workers, while tens of thousands of roles in agriculture remain unfulfilled as the rural workforce ages out. A nation facing demographic extinction is actively designing an immigration system to keep the world out. South Korea grades immigrants on bloodline, intellect, and physical strength. The top F4 visa rewards ethnic Koreans. Elena, from Kazakhstan, gets VIP residency through her grandmother. Marco, born in Seoul to Filipino parents, speaks fluent Korean. Without Korean blood, he faces deportation at 18. Elite tech experts provide the only other path to residency. The state fast-tracks AI and semiconductor specialists for their strategic value to major corporations. The legal system processes immigrants as specialized, temporary commodities, graded by their genetic heritage or their immediate economic utility. At the base of the labor pyramid is the Employment Permit System, or EPS, which provides the country's manual labor. Workers are granted admission for exactly 4 years and 10 months, a mathematical constraint designed to prevent them from reaching permanent legal status. Laborers are legally tethered to a single employer. They cannot quit or change jobs without their boss's permission, creating a brutal power imbalance. This tethering has a fatal human cost. A Cambodian worker recently froze to death in a greenhouse because leaving an abusive employer meant immediate illegal status and expulsion. The system extracts physical labor while blocking any path to permanent integration or human rights protections. These strict timelines have forced over 423,000 workers to become undocumented invisibles just to survive. Major delivery companies and manufacturing plants secretly rely on undocumented workers to bypass minimum wage laws and social benefit requirements. The government stages aggressive deportation raids on factories, only for those same factories to immediately request new temporary visas once the raids end. This cycle continues because South Korea remains one of the only OECD nations without a general anti-discrimination law to protect non-citizens. Maintaining this massive undocumented underclass provides the economy with a highly profitable pool of labor that bypasses the costs of official social integration. Why would an ultra-modern country commit demographic self-sabotage? The ideology of Daniel Minjok remains the primary obstacle, a deeply entrenched belief in a pure-blooded, single-ethnicity Korean race. This concept was pushed as a deliberate political myth in the 1960s to unify a traumatized nation following the Korean War. Today, no major politician dares to create a unified Ministry of Immigration to fix the labor crisis. Establishing a central immigration authority would require admitting the death of the pure-blood myth and accepting a multi-ethnic future. The national fear of cultural dilution is currently preventing demographic salvation. If this fear continues, the nation's future threatens to simply fade away. Min, the factory worker, will eventually be expelled, despite his contribution to the economy and his willingness to integrate. South Korea gains a few fleeting years of cheap labor while permanently losing a potential citizen who could have carried its culture forward. In its attempt to avoid disappearing culturally, South Korea has made the explicit choice to disappear demographically.